2019 Combat. It's part of the core series of the NeilPryde wave sails. It's got all the top technological features like the power fuse in the bottom here, also up in the leech and at the front of the sail right at the top there. The main changes this year from last year are that we spread these two battens out, and that gives you a much softer feeling through this part of the sail, and it also meant that we could take some of the shaping out of this batten and this batten so that the wind makes the profile of the sail rather than the battens making the profile of the sail. And what that does is it makes it feel much lighter in your hands and much softer. So when you get powered up, the wind fills in here and it gives you that same profile that we always had. But when you depower in the bottom term, the sail's much flatter and feels much lighter. The luff curve stayed the same, and the shape of the sail, the outline of the sail stayed the same. So it's still the Combat you know and love, it just feels a bit lighter and a little bit easier to handle. The great thing about the power fuse technology is that it means that you don't need thick material everywhere in the sail. You only really need thick material right here in the key places where you need a lot of strength. That's in the clew, where the downhaul tension is, and up in the leech where it flaps around a lot. And basically there are just a lot of yarns which overlap in the key areas that need strength, and that makes it a much thicker material, much stronger. But then as you get away from there, you can see that these yarns all spread out and they don't overlap anymore. So when you get far away in the sail, this material here is very thin. Here it's also very thin because you don't need the strength there, you just want it to be as light as possible. The Combat has 4 battens in all sizes. It's available in 2 different constructions, an HD version and a monofilm version. HD just has the X-ply in the middle of the window, and that makes it a little bit more heavy duty. And then the HD version, it comes in green and red and orange colours, so 2 different colour options, and the monofilm version comes in the purple colours, same as the Evo X. It's pretty easy to downhaul, there's not so much luff curve, you can do it like that. There's a visual trim system now which makes it super easy to tell how much downhaul you need to have. I just rig it once, feel how I like it, find the location in between those dots where I like it, and then I just look for that every time. As far as batten tension goes, you just pop it open like that with your fingers and twist this little screw. Few twists around, and you're looking to get all the wrinkles out, especially in these bottom 2 battens. That one above the boom is important as well. And then the top 2 you don't really need to put too much tension on. If you see there's not much wrinkles up there, then I would just leave it. You definitely don't want to over tension it and give shape to the battens up there.
I also use the fly. I have it in one size for some trips because it has super light feeling on the wave. It only has 3 battens, and yeah, you have this light sail in your hand, and it's quite cool to wave ride with this light handling, and it allows you to do tricks more easily, rotate faster, which is pretty cool. But then on the other hand, the Combat has a little bit more power, so you can go deeper in your bottom turn, push a little bit harder off the top, and this is what I actually prefer in most conditions, to have that extra bit of power, which enables you to push a little bit harder.
It's, well, I think one of the most durable sails on the market. I personally get worked a lot. You know, I have my sails for the winter, and now we use 4.7 and 4.5 pretty much the whole time. And it's amazing to me, compared to years gone by, just how much abuse the sails can take. And the mast suit, I've had so many wipeouts this winter, and the stuff just comes out surviving the whole time. They're very strong sails. The X-ply version even more so than the monofilm version. I personally like the monofilm version just because I like to see through the sail better, but the X-ply version is even stronger, so they're amazingly durable sails.